Coming up next on YCU News, a possibility turns up that may lift the debt ceiling for America. Governor Maggie Hassan declares October as Disability Employment Awareness Month. And a lost hiker on Putney Mountain calls for the help of police. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Good evening. I'm Rose Spillman. Thank you for joining us for this Thursday edition of YCU News. Despite opposition from one city councilor, Claremont councilors and city staff say a study to determine the cause of a leaky outdoor pool must be completed. Not to do so, says Parks and Recreation Director Scott Hausler, would be a smear on the character of the people who work in his department. And, says City Councilor Roger Formidoni, it would look like the city was trying to hide information from the residents. The future of the outdoor pool came under debate during Wednesday night's Claremont City Council meeting. Last month, the city hired Boston firm BH&A to inspect the John McLean Clark outdoor pool. BH&A was chosen from 6 competitive bids. Their charge to the city was proposed at nearly $30,000. With $5,000 of that money spent to inform councilors that the exact location of the leak still needs to be found, Councilor Nick Koloski said he didn't want the city to spend more money for information it already knows. The pool, located at Veterans Park off Winter Street, has been closed for at least a year. Earlier, city officials planned not to reopen this pool for 2 reasons. First, residents and guests could use the new indoor pool at the Claremont Savings Bank Community Center on South Street. Second, the water use bills for the outdoor pool were huge. City DPW and park officials said they did not know where water was leaking from that would lead to the high bills. But city councilors realized this summer that the council never officially voted to destroy the outdoor pool. As talk this summer about the pool's demolition grew, so did a campaign to keep it, or at least find out how much it would cost to fully repair the pool. Sullivan County Commissioner and Claremont business owner Jeff Barrett led the charge to find this out. In the end, Wednesday night, the council agreed to continue with the study. The next report is due October 16th, when the Boston firm will have more information to report. Earlier today, the Associated Press reported that House Speaker John Boehner said the GOP will take steps so that the country can pay its bills on time. A lifting of the debt ceiling would allow the country to borrow to meet financial needs. There may be a lifting of the debt ceiling, a step that would free up money to pay military and social program obligations. Boehner also said he may appoint legislators who can act as mediators between the Senate and House. Ironing out differences between Senate and House budgets could make for smoother talks among Congress members. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan today declared the month of October as Disability Employment Awareness Month. Hassan says it is important to recognize the talent and abilities that people with disabilities bring to the workplace day in and day out. Every time we bring in people from the margins and fully include them in the heart and soul of our communities, we get stronger, Hassan says. Stronger as a community and stronger as a state, she adds. Personally, Hassan knows what it is like to love a person with a disability. She is the mother of a son with severe physical challenges. This first-hand awareness has made the governor a champion for the school and workplace rights of people with such needs. In Hassan's 2-year budget plan, money was included to fund treatment for the physical and emotional needs of New Hampshire citizens with disabilities, especially acquired brain disorders from injury or war. Vermont State and Putney Police helped a lost hiker make his way off Putney Mountain Tuesday evening. It was around 7:15 p.m. when 57-year-old Stephen Kaplan called 911 to report he was lost on Putney Mountain. The New Orleans, Louisiana native had become separated from his hiking party. As the day grew darker, Kaplan's sense of direction became worse. Troopers used Kaplan's cell phone coordinates to help locate him. Searchers established a command post. Members of the Putney Fire Department ventured into the woods using Kaplan's cell phone GPS points. A state trooper spoke to Kaplan on Kaplan's cell phone to help direct searchers. Searchers headed on trails near Putney Mountain Road and Joy Road. A siren blared from the Putney Fire Department six-wheeler. Kaplan heard the siren and followed its blare. The loud noise helped Kaplan walk closer to the trail. Around 9 p.m., Kaplan met up with the search crew and walked out of the woods. He was not injured and refused medical treatment, police report. Now we have the YCU weather forecast for the Connecticut River Valley and Lake Sunapee region. Tomorrow we have temperatures in the upper 60s with a low of 47 degrees. Saturday will cool down to a high of 58 and a low of 43. Sunday will be sunny with highs in the low 60s and a low of 40 degrees. Monday we have a high of 65 and Tuesday will be slightly warmer with a high of 67. If you're still looking for some Columbus Day fun, head over to the Stratton Mountain Ski Resort in Vermont for their weekend filled with activities for all ages starting Saturday morning at 11 a.m. with the Teddy Bear Parade. Here's a look at some of our local high school sports scores. I'm Rose Spillman for YCU, your local view. Good night.